I'm the Barefoot backpacker, and as you know, I like to do the occasional bit of running, mainly powertrain. But what I want to do today is show you how I go about my warm-up exercises and my stretching exercises before I start. So join with me, and I'll show you what I do. Right, because this is for running, what I tend to start with is the lunge. Sort of keep your leg back, toes forward, try and stay in line. I'm very good at yoga. Did a thing with yoga with Adrienne once. It's like, put your head over your heart, put your heart over your hips over your knees. I have no idea where any of that is. I'm kind of completely dyspraxic, so when I'm not looking, I have no idea. And the trouble with things like that is, you've got no one to really ask. So if you're getting things wrong, you never know. I'm assuming I'm doing it right, but who knows? Anyway, this is designed to really keep my back straight for this. Stretch your legs, stretch your muscles at the back. What I can feel is I can feel my knees going because I'm getting old. Next thing I do, and this is really bad for dyspraxia, but we'll come on to that later. Stand on one leg, hold your knee, your hand by your ankles, hold it back. And then until it hurts, and then do that. You can see I'm waggling a bit because I have no balance. And then do the other one. Stretch it, put it really up as far as you can. Feel the ache in your glutes. And then do that again. And you can see I'm bouncing all over the place. Oh dear. Right, oof. Now for the fun bit. Can you touch your toes? So, one leg over the other, keep the back leg straight, then bend. See how far you get. Eee! The more you do it, the easier it gets. You can tell I haven't done this for a while. There we go. So just touch, stretch, keep until it hurts. The thing about doing this is you can see my bald spot. I'm very irked about that. Might do something about that. Involving pills. Do you know that one of the most prescribed medicines in the USA is a medicine to resolve male pattern baldness? You can see why. Oof, let's do that again. I actually quite enjoy this because there's a sense of achievement because there's not many 49-year-olds that can do this. Eee! Ugh. But of course, the thing about doing it once is the rest of it becomes a lot easier. Now, you're going to see my bald patch again. Legs apart. Just do that. Very similar exercise, but it uses different muscles. And then I like to do that. We will not be doing burpees because burpees are evil and come from the devil. I used to do them a lot when I was at cross-country running at school, and we used to do them on sand hills. Believe me, we got fit. Similarly, keep legs apart and then do that. Stretch. Really get over. Oof. And it stretches the sides. What I have difficulty with is doing this, and I get pains in my chest and my heart, and I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. Don't do that. It's not good to have a heart attack. I've never had one. I'm sure it's coming. Ooh, dear. Oof. There's one exercise that I do with my legs. Can't really do it here because there's everything. Basically, you just do that and then touch your toes. But really, you want to get it on a high surface so that you're really stretching your leg out. Oof. Then the other one, Speaking of yoga, I was mentioning yoga earlier. A lot of these stretching exercises feel very similar to the yoga poses that Yoga with Adrian does. And that means that 60% of the time, I'm quite happy with the yoga. It's the other 40%. That's not good. Speaking of yoga exercises, now we can stand on one leg. This is the boring bit. And I like to try and do this for about 35-40 seconds. And I haven't been counting. What it's supposed to do is it's supposed to strengthen your ankle muscles, and also, as far as I'm aware, I've been told, that it helps with dyspraxia because it sort of encourages your brain to balance. And when I first started doing this, I was really chaotic. I kept falling over, nobody's business. The more you do it, the better you do genuinely get. So I can now stand on one leg for nearly 20 seconds without falling over, which is an impressive achievement. And then after a while, what I tend to do is go down like that. And I've no idea if this is good or bad for the knees, but it seems to help. And again, the more you do it, the better you get. And I can really feel the tension in some of my, sort of like the back of my shin muscles, which means that it's probably doing something. I'd like to do about 10 of these, no idea how many I've done, so I will stop there. And then repeat for the other leg. I don't know, I mean, I tend to count, so 5, 6, 7, 8. You can, I don't know, listen to a piece of music in your head or something. It's about the right length. And just, what you can also do is move your other foot around like that, in circles. I realise me standing on one leg is not the most interesting content in the universe, but it is what it is. You signed up for this. So I'll go down again. Oof. I am less balanced on this leg, as you can probably tell. This is just a quick exercise. When I'm doing my proper things, if I was going out for a run properly, then I would spend more time and do it a bit slower. But for this, purposes of this, I'm just showing you what I do. Oof. That's basically all I tend to do for the legs. So just give them a bit of a shake. Then we come on to the upper body. I have I'm not very strong upper body, and I really should start to do weights. And I do have some weights back there, but it's a bit of an effort. So these are all from cross-country days. So the first thing I do, chest. So like that, like that. Oof. Oof. Tend to do about 10 of these. I find hitting my breasts with my fists helps me count, helps me focus. In an ideal world, what this would do, you'd sort of plot it with your breathing, so it would increase your capacity of your chest, which is especially good around here because all the routes I run are up and down hills. Next, I do this. Stretch! And what they always used to say at cross-country running training was try and get your upper arms to brush your ears. Oh dear. And then repeat going in the opposite direction. Oh dear. I have very weak arms, and I've always had weak arms. My legs are great, I can just run up and down hills like nobody's business. But I can't do, the pull-ups, I just can't. I get hold of the bar and that's it, I just kind of panic. I can't do anything. I really need to boost up my arms. But we're not all, we you'd like to think the more I do this, the better I get, but that's not going to happen. The final exercise, oh no, there's one more exercise I do before I go on to that, and that's this. This looks really, really strange, but essentially you're loosening your hips. You kind of like sway. This looks also quite, I mean, I don't know if it is or not, because I'm a race, I don't know these things, but I always feel this looks a bit semi-erotic. This is not something that you should do in polite company. Although having said which, if you're at the start of a park run, everyone's doing this sort of thing, so it doesn't matter. Oh yeah. And then repeat going the other way. Try and stretch as far in each direction as you can. Kind of rolling the hips. No thrusting movements. We do not do those sorts of things. Oh. Right. The final exercise is something you should only ever do standing still. I've tried to do this walking, and all I end up doing is walking into a wall. That's neck rolling. Just to loosen your neck a bit. And this looks really strange if you do it in public. Except obviously at the start of a park run or a race. Because the one thing you don't want to happen is you're running down the road and you crick your neck and you go, ooh, that feels really weird. Put a bit of a blind on the next half a mile and roll it the other way. I don't seem to close my eyes when I do this, and I don't know why. I think it's just concentration. Oh. Oh. And that's it. So just give your body a shake down, kick around, and you're done. There is one other exercise I do, but I can't actually demonstrate it here. It involves a step. And you sort of stand on the step with your heels behind the step, as it were. You just go up, down, up, down, up, down for about, I tend to do about 20 to 25 of them. And by that stage my legs are going, ow, please don't stop, please don't do that, please stop. And the reason you do it over the edge of a step is so that you can go down as well as up. Because obviously on a flat surface like this, you're only going halfway. And then you're ready to go. So, that's my exercise routine. That's my stretching warm-up routine anyway. Try it, see if it works.